good day, my good loving humans. Good day, good day, good day. Sending data. Here we are, ready to be completely present, ready to keep the main thing. We are travelers up the street called Trust, headed to the ultimate destination that is the Tower of Power. I think so. That is the understanding of self. Here we are climbing to the super suit, which is actually inside. Here we are making the proactive choice of planting our feet in front of us, saying that we are free, that we can be free from the past and unafraid of the future because we are practiced at being present. Here we are in affirmation. In affirmation, we are flexing our willpower muscle, engaging in this beautiful habit together with our minds. Our minds may be separate, and they are one. Let us set the container. Today, I'm circling back to an idea that I introduced many moons ago at this point. Anticipatory regulation, I mentioned it yesterday, and how we can use it to begin to hone the skill of remaining curious during conflict. As we had shared yesterday, the neoteny of that juvenile characteristic that we have as the human species has a pitfall. And the pitfall is that when we're pushed into a corner, when there is something going on, those blinders come down and we no longer are curious. And we need to be curious to get to the other side of the conflict. So first, I want to use a concept out of the Yoga Sutras. And the concept looks at consciousness and the body and creates a analogy that your body is a chariot. Swing low, sweet. Ahead of your chariot are the 5 strong wild horses. These are your senses, usually running out of control, usually running in all sorts of different directions. The passenger is consciousness. Consciousness. The driver, as you may guess, is your ego, grabbing hold of the reins of your emotions and yanking and pulling. So, as you are pulled across the sky by your senses, like Apollo pulling the sun across the sky, you are a traveler of both time and space. Man, somebody wrote a song about that. Your ego yanks and tugs on your emotions usually, leaving your consciousness, the passenger, to be jostled around, looking for an oxygen mask to drop out of nowhere. Now. A thought. Do we learn how to ride a bicycle? Or is it more a matter of knowing how already because our bodies have dexterity and motor function? Do we learn, or do we pull from our bodies an ability that is already there? The coordination required is maybe what we are tuning into. And then after a while, voila, we're enjoying the day. We're riding a bicycle. Enter anticipatory regulation. This is described as, in short, tricking the brain into doing something that previously the brain would not allow because your brain's primary function is to maintain homeostasis. The best example of this would be running faster and longer, holding your breath longer, being in a yoga pose longer, studying longer, reading longer, these types of things. If you train your body to push a little more each day, or train your brain to push a little more each day, kind of like sneaking up on your brain, well, before you know it, you've run a marathon, when before you might not have even been able to walk to the corner store. I have seen this happen with my own eyes, by the way. I surface this because your body knows how to run. We were born to. We're built to. We're built to do all sorts of things. And yet the brain and its desire to maintain homeostasis will often tell you that you can't. And anticipatory regulation is extending the brain's capacity a little bit at a time. Now the thing is that your brain knows that you know. This is a word play. And doesn't let you know until you need to know. Or until you test your body or your mind in a gradual way. See, this is the power of our human endowments. It is how we're able to use self-awareness, how we're able to use imagination, how we're able to use will, how we're able to finally use consciousness in a way to do things that we would never expect ourselves to be able to do. If you know already how to steer a bicycle, do we also know how to give the driver of our chariot better guidance? Can we advise that driver that in those difficult conversations, we can, in fact, stay curious? What usually happens is that we are ruled by those horses, and most of us never know that we have always known. And many of us at times will realize that we can, and then we'll quickly forget as we've known all the while. And then we park our chariot and we become complacent. We learn and then we forget. So we need to reinforce. We need to work at this. We are here because we know, even when we don't understand or cannot access what we know, we want to believe. And through the process of being present, you can access all that we know. Now tomorrow we're going to get some tips on how to stay curious in conflict. Finally, you're like, dude, it's been all week. Can you please give me a tip? It won't be spitting in the wind, I promise. To not spit in the wind. Huh? And now, how do we get there from here? Well, we go within, with beginner's minds, into our best selves, with patience, with faith, and with devotion, rather than impatience, rather than indifference, rather than mistrust. So for now, let us become who we were meant to be today, because this meditation will seek to keep the shine on your chariot. It seeks to connect you to the universe that is you, the cosmic you, man. It seeks to boldly go where no one has gone before, deeper and deeper into the epicenter of your circle, because a focused mind is a concentrated mind, and a concentrated mind is a satisfied mind, is a curious mind. That just makes me want to dance. So say we all. I know that I absolutely want to believe, and I hope you do too. So let us transition now to a place where we can begin to breathe, which happens to be right here. Indeed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful belly breaths, filling the diaphragm with air. As we are like an accordion, we're going to fill up that diaphragm. We're going to bring the air up into the chest and up into the head, as Wim Hof says, fully in, fully out. And at the top, a light pause with a free fall down. No need to hyperventilate, no need to expel the air too fast. No, don't do that. And this deep breathing will most likely make you a little lightheaded and a little nauseous, and hopefully a little full of pins and needles, because that means that we're really oxygenating the body. I think I have that right. Oxygenate? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so see, imposter syndrome. And if you're seated, your feet are to the floor and your palms could be in your lap or resting at the tops of your legs. If you're lying down, each limb is touching a surface. If you're in the lotus, I dare say you know what to do. And if you are standing like me, do a little Tai Chi and make sure that your feet are at least shoulder width apart. Indeed. If you have sight, as you have sight, what sight you have, leave your eyes open for now. In through the nose and out through the mouth, if that works for you. Breathing deep. Breathing deep. And release. 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 2 more times. Breathing deep. And release. And 1 final time. Breathing deep. And release. This time allowing that breath to fold into the physiology. Allowing the lids to flutter closed at your own pace. Focusing your attention on this outer body, this membrane, this outer shell, as you have it, what you have, if you have, lower limbs, feet, ankles, toes, fascia of the soles, calves, knees, and joints, long hamstrings, weighty quads, thick glutes. Calling attention all together, squeeze them down, drawing them in, creating tension, overriding all tension. Noticing that as you call attention to one group, to one muscle, you lose focus of the other, bringing them all together. And when you have them tightly wound, let go. Finding the root, the line of the chakra, the base of the spine, the sacral and solar plexus. Finding the heart center, as you have it, if you have it, what you have, the brain belly, the miles of digestive tract, the rib cage, all together. Draw it in, taking hold the root, drawing down the abdomen, squeezing tight the pectoral, the entire torso, focused, tension overriding tension. And when you have it all together, let go. Letting go and finding the upper back, the neck, shoulders, as you have them, if you have them, what you have, bicep and tricep, forearm and wrist and palms and digits, all together, drawing in, squeezing down, creating tension, overriding tension. And when you have it all together, let go. Feeling that release, object form falling away, the supersuit of their inner body. Let us don the helmet into the head. As you have them, if you have them, what you have, eyes and sockets, ears and lobes, teeth, tongue, gums, skin of the cheeks, follicles of hair, throat, sinus, crown, squeeze down, drawing in, creating tension, overriding tension. And when you have it all together, let go. Letting go to the vibration of the tone, letting go to the reverberation of voice, letting go to the sunshine beaming from your pocket onto your mind's eye, letting go of each distraction, of each thought bubble, release without attachment, letting go. Feeling the center of your circle, this moment of self-control, feeling the expanse of your self-awareness all around you, allowing consciousness to rise and the crystal clear you to fill your sphere of influence. The vastness of this moment as you use your will to choose imagination, to be the artist of you, the creator of an image. Each artist uses an instrument, be it pen, brush, chisel, guitar, drum, voice. Choose the instrument for now. And with long, smooth strokes, strums or hums, on the vast expanse of the canvas of your self-awareness, create the image of your chariot. Let the colors come. Let the tones tell you. As you flow, you connect to the connection that is flowing inside of you, to the electric surging free, to the cosmic you, the universe that is you. You create this image, you set this scene, allowing now for the scene to float in the expanse of your sphere. Letting go now of your instrument, letting go of imagination, letting go of will, and in consciousness, be. up to the sunshine that is beaming from your pocket. Begin to smooth it into a ball that will exist as a universe inside of you. Holding the ball out in front of you now, peer one more time into your scene and see the image of your chariot. And as you do, release the ball, allowing it to drop and splash into the center of your circle. And as it splashes down, as you feel that ripple, let go of all you do not know. Let go of all that you may not understand. Let go of all that you cannot control, because that is okay. And as you feel that ripple pushing forth, as you feel your circle expanding from your acceptance, in affirmation say, I will use my self-awareness to focus on what I can control. I will use my free will to focus on what I can control. I will use imagination to focus on what I can control. I will use consciousness to focus on what I can control. I am the programmer, and this is my program. This is the space that exists in between the stimulus and the response, the space where I stand in the center of my circle, where I have the freedom to choose my responses. I want to believe. So say we all. And now, calling your attention back to a light breath and a breath light. Allow the world back onto the body, onto the head and neck and shoulders. Calling your attention back to a light breath, to a breath light. Allow the world back onto the heart center, onto the body. With a light breath and a breath light, take hold of your root. And as you have them, if you have them, what you have, call your attention back to your upper and lower limbs, to your brain belly, and begin to flutter open your lids and focus on the you of now, the you of today, the focused you, the sharpened you, the you who has never left, the you who knows that you are not the drop in the ocean, the you that is the ocean in the drop, and to the we, my good humans, that are the tide. This is where we observe ourselves without evaluating our being, because this is the highest form of intelligence, and I dare say consciousness, at least for the time being. This is your reminder. You're not broken. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. If you have that cold water, do drink it down. If you have the time, please spend the time writing down what was the image of your chariot telling you today? How will you use it later on today? How will you visualize that ego yanking on those emotions? Consider the concept of anticipatory regulation. How will you accept just long enough, which usually requires some level of discomfort, how will you accept into your mind just long enough so that you can extend your brain's capacity to accept and regulate? How will you do that? Write it down. So later on today, when the world is bearing down upon you, you can call back to this now, to this moment. You can see and understand and contain in a future moment the mindfulness that you are experiencing now. Let us do it together. The song today is another Forever Young. We're going like on all three. You see? Peace and love, my good humans. Peace and love. If you need me, reach out to me. All you got to do is call, and I will do my best to be there. Yeah. I love you individually and as a group, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Stay safe. Peace and love.